Here we are again, boys and girls. I'm here waiting for Kabaza, seemingly having technical difficulties with his setup, which can only assume he absolutely puts through the ringer. So it's no surprise that half the time it doesn't work. If you've just joined us and we've been live for a certain amount of time, then hello. I don't know what I don't know where that was going, to be honest. Hang on. I see a few have just joined. How's he doing? How you doing? Let us know where you're at. You on Twitter, YouTube? Twitter by the looks of things. How's it going? How's your week's been? How's your month's been? Waiting for Kabaza to sort his camera out. Don't worry. You won't be stuck with me for the whole entire episode. We've got some pretty fun news today. Some interesting stuff going on in the world of AI and web. Still need to keep our fingers on the pulse with what's going on in web. Not just AI, although this show is called Command AI. Where the hell is he? Hope you're all having a great week. Where the fuck is he? Thanks, David. We have got this. We have got this. I've particularly got it. I don't know about Kabaza right now. He doesn't seem to got it. He might have to join on his camera, on his phone or something. Let's find out where he's at. Oh, here he is.
Hey, we're live.
Hey, again.
Without me.
Without me. Well, I did explain that it was a camera issue rather than
yeah. Well, it was a Safari. I use
Oh.
Safari for just for the show because it's a browser that I never use. It's kind of like lighter, but it wasn't working.
Never mind.
Software enshittification.
Oh, that was one thing. What was I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm sure I wanted to bring it into this week's episode, but it was to do with enshittification. It was to do with enshittification. Oh, yeah. No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe we did speak about it last week with regards to OpenAI giving away, free codex use, and Anthropic charging high prices, and Sam Altman basically being as one trick pony. He's a Y Combinator through and through guy. Yeah. He's just all about spending shareholder money to acquire customers at all costs. So we've had this discussion. I don't know whether the video is out, but coming soon, to say the least. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Go watch I'm just checking now whether it's live yet. How's the week been anyway?
Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty busy. And I'm excited for what we are going to show.
Are you truly excited, are you?
Yeah, I want to show. I'm actually, because I restarted my computer, I'm trying to get my agents to run all my diffs. Now I'm kidding. To show it, to show what we have. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Yeah. I built, well, we did the tests, right? So do we tell them about Lenny's newsletter? No,
Yeah,
not. Well, I mean, so literally this time last year, and in fact, tomorrow, this time last year, was it you that found it or me? I think you found it, right?
I found it. I
You
think.
found it.
I think Christian found. I think so. Christian found it
It's
and shared it.
it's a newsletter which we'll point you to. We'll give it to you right now. It's a newsletter which,
So yeah,
again, I don't know conversions and this, that, and the other, but it's a newsletter for me that costs about £155 for the year. But it includes, here we go. But it includes thousands of dollars worth of AI tools, and some of the best tools, namely Warp, is on this list. But Replit was on the list. Now it's been bumped up to this orange square here, which is like a higher tier. It's like 350.
Replit? No,
Notion.
Replit is back.
No, they brought it down. Okay, so yeah, so they brought it down. They brought it down. They realized they
okay,
weren't.
so just let me add this. I know it sounds too good to be true, and that's what we thought, but this is 1 year after actually using it, and it is legit. This newsletter is partnering up with these different companies, and you buy the newsletter. It's kind of strange that you say you buy the newsletter, but yeah, you buy this subscription to the newsletter, and that includes these tools, and they change, and new one comes, and they swap them, but it's legit worth it. It's really, really, really good. It's the best deal for anything you can find on the internet.
So put it this way, right? So it's coming up to we must have bought it on the same day then. We must have bought it on the same day because it's coming up to the end of our cycle tomorrow. And so I was there in bed and I was looking through all my subscriptions, because here's the, if we haven't spoken about it enough, guys, like, this is the point in time where you can just build so many of your own tools, many of these tools, which is why I'm telling the story. And I went through and audited all of the things that I'm using. And don't get me wrong, Replit changed the game for me. I discovered it through this. Did I discover it? No, I didn't discover it through this, but it allowed me to really, really use it. Linear, I love, but I'm not really finding a place for it. Like, I still use a lot of these and I still think it's worth it. However, it's got to the point now where I have narrowed my actual usage down to what really matters on a day-to-day. And the only two that really matter, well, Notion, actually, to be fair, Notion, I might have to resubscribe, man. Notion, Warp, Granola, which is on here, and Whisperflow, which is amazing for text to speech, speech to text, or whatever it's called, right? I did an audit and I was like, I can kind of make do by canceling this yearly subscription. And the one thing that's left was, well, again, I'm talking myself around in circles. It's that good. Whisperflow is obviously really good, and that comes to probably more than this newsletter itself, like just Whisperflow. And I like that because I can use it on my phone, I can use it on my computer. That's really good. But Granola was one of those things, which is a meeting app, meeting transcriber app.
Yeah.
Really long-winded way of saying is that I've completely built my own meeting transcriber app, which records my calls, transcribes the notes, and I can do loads more. I push this to my Notion database. I can share them. I email the notes and this and that and the other. I've just basically spent the last 2 days building that. And it uses NA. All it does is use NAN and recall AI. But it's been so fun building. I feel a little bit anxious because it's all, it's all handled by NAN. It's not handled by code, which is kind of weird. I don't know why I feel so weird about it, but it just feels very brittle because it's on NAN. But it's really nice to know that I have this amazing tool built with NAN and another third-party service and Notion. But all that to be said, that's what I've been doing this week. But aside from that, go subscribe to this newsletter. $200. That's why probably it was £150. $200. Loads of these tools are worth it. So yeah, I might have to resubscribe because I do quite like having Notion. I do quite like having Notion and Whisperflow, and those two alone are more than $200 for the year.
Yeah, Notion is $240,
and I like Replit. I wouldn't mind having that. I might and Warp.
Yeah. And you get like $50 of Cursor. You're like,
I might have to resubscribe. I might have to resubscribe, but it has been fun replacing Granola because Granola doesn't work for me the way I want. I'm a massive fan of Fathom, but I only moved on to Granola because Lenny's product pass gave me Granola. So I moved on to it. But the problem with Granola is that it records one audio feed, and so it can't distinguish between people. So I was like, right, well, that's the only feature that I really dislike about Granola. Yeah, so I've been building, and it's been really fun. I've been building for another client as well. And actually, what I've been doing, look at this bad boy, boys and girls. This is an M5 MacBook Pro, not M5 Pro, not M5 Max, but the MacBook M5, just base model. And this thing, surprised it doesn't smell of fire, because I have been running local models on this like literally for like 12 hours a day. I've been really putting it through the ringer. So, and I've got a really, really good picture on where we're at with local AI right now. Not as big a picture as I want, because I really want a Mac Studio, and I really want a MacBook M5 Pro and this and that. So I want to, but from a base level consumer goods thing, I've got a really good idea about it, what it's like to code, what it's like to do OpenClaw, why you should buy certain things, and context size and RAM size and all the rest of it. So I'm just making a series of videos on my own channel that I'm going to be looking to release over the next week, just because I've been putting this machine through the ringer, and I've only had it a week. So hopefully when I start to release these videos, I'll get some feedback and I can start to try things. Putting Gemma 3.5 versus, Gemma 4 versus Quen 3.5 will be on there as well. But it's been really fun playing around and really understanding local models. And I'm literally in the terminal now running local models rather than through any sort of UI or anything like that, literally putting numbers in and downloading the raw models, so it's been really fun learning about that. So yeah, that's the other thing I've been doing this week.
Super cool.
I feel bad for anyone who's going to inherit this machine though. I've just been like,
nothing.
They're the fans, by the way.
Nothing. Yeah, that's just I feel like this is my MacBook also 24/7, just because of all the terminals that I'm sometimes running. And yeah.
Saying that though, if you're not running local models, and I don't want to give too much of the game away, base model M5, boys and girls,
you should try the Neo. You should try the Neo and see.
Well, that's definitely not going to work for me.
No, not for the local models, but just for just
day to day, yeah, for sure.
Day to day and starting.
I like having my iPad though. To be fair, I like having that. But yeah, so it's been a fun week.
Yeah, that sounds like it. So, with that being said, and also on a continuous of that, I had this pre-show note today. This is where I ask a senior developer things that I can ask Google.
We should have a theme song to that now, don't we?
Exactly. So, can you become a good software engineer without learning the syntax?
I am so fucking glad you've just asked me this question, because literally today, I haven't done it yet, but I was going to send a tweet, and I was going to send it and say, I am genuinely so thankful that in this world that we live in right now with AI development, that I actually know how this stuff comes together, that I actually know how to write code, because it is so friggin' helpful. And I think what inspired it was you and I going through Webflow yesterday, picking apart if we could trigger GSAP.
Yeah, and I didn't know if I can have listen to that. I didn't know even if it's a thing.
And to know that you get a GSAP bounce to the window and you can navigate all that just in the console. Yeah. I think that was one of the things that really sort of set this wheel off in motion of just like, wow, like I can do like my ability, right? Not just my ability. I don't think I'm a super person, but anyone who's learned how to develop has got such a head start with building tools. And not only that, to get themselves out of a shitty situation, if something goes wrong, they can actually understand stuff. Another example today is that so last year I built an app called Jupyter Chat, which is just an AI chat app. And I've been adding to the code other APIs for other things that I'm building. Long story short is that I've got this now, not a monster app, but I've got like Jupyter Chat as my API layer with a bunch of other stuff completely unrelated. So I just asked AI to sort it out for me, and it did. But I was then able to say, what about restarting Docker containers? How do we clear old Docker containers? How do we link this? Because we're using Caddy as a reverse proxy on the server. All of this stuff, like you're going to be bashing around for hours, if not, not even being able to solve it at all. You know? So yes.
So my question is a bit more. Yes, and there's a follow-up to what did I ask? What I asked was more about the literal syntax. It's kind of like more, just being able to write a line of code without the help of AI. The follow-up would be, can you become an engineer without learning these like fine details like the syntax, but by only learning the concepts and what is possible? Example, what you showed in GSAP and how it works in the browser and in the console. Is it possible to learn just those concepts but not how to literally write them? I got this question because I was chatting with Claude this morning about unit tests, and I was like, what are these, and like, how do you write them? Is there like a library? You see, like, I don't even have the right mindset about writing tests. And I was like, what is the difference between that and end-to-end test? Do you need a browser actually to click the thing? It's like, no, you don't need a browser. It's just the function that you run it. So a bunch of things like this. And I was literally asking it to show me example code so I can get closer to understanding it, but I can't write it. I literally cannot sit and write a test, even a simple test. But now I begin to get an idea for what is possible and how it roughly looks like. So kind of like pattern matching in a way, if you wish. Is that possible? Can I become a good engineer by not going deeper, but not learning to type the syntax?
Yeah, I think that concept is like the bare minimum you need, I think, to call yourself a developer. Like if you're not understanding that, or at least not on the road to, obviously I don't expect everyone just to magically know it all, but that's exactly what you should strive for, to ascend into being regarded as a professional developer, or at least be hired, that these concepts, why unit tests are written versus end-to-end tests, deployment strategies and these broad concepts. You might not need to know, because at the end of the day, my generation of coders, we basically just need to know how to Google something. You know, like we
Yeah.
didn't know how to write every bit of code. We just Googled it and looked for it in Stack Overflow, but we knew roughly what we were looking for. The generation before us were probably asking the same questions you're asking me right now, you know, or sorry, I was asking those questions to the generation before me. Like, do I really need to know everything, or can I just Google it? Do you know what I mean? So there's always this cyclical narrative. And I think the current narrative is you need to understand the broad, you know, architecture of things and how things are done. You know, at least for the foreseeable, and definitely if you're building professional apps for people where, again, data is on the line, customers are on the line, you know, beyond the hobby project.
So I asked Claude, by the way, I said the same thing.
So you're pitting me up against Claude,
yeah. So I said, can you become an engineer? And I said, make a list of concepts that I would have to learn.
Okay, go on then.
Yeah, I just wanted to go through some of these. This is literally, you know, simple prompt. Language mechanics, like, okay, keywords, operators, literals. Oh man. Variable, scope, lifetime. I know some of these. I know some of the concepts, but not all. And I think
this is antiquated. Talking about scope, like,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
that's
some
for
of
the AI
are,
to worry about scope.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it's good to know. Don't get me wrong. And it's going to make you better if you do know it, because you can get yourself out of sticky situations. This was what Dreamweaver was like. You know, you were taught how to use Dreamweaver, but like my lecturer was always like, but learn to code, because you can get, you know, Dreamweaver will just start messing around, and then you can actually be like, okay, let's just go into the code and fix it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it still rings true now.
So I don't know what hash maps are. I don't know.
I'm sure that's to do with security, to be fair. There's quite a lot here.
Yeah, and it's a long list, by the way.
It's a long list. I think, and the thing is,
event-driven, reactive. It's kind of like interesting for me to learn these. But then let's say I learn functional or object-oriented is kind of like also just a concept. Let's say, I don't know, just this event-driven or reactive. Let's say I learned this. I go deeper, and then I look at some code example. How the next thing would be, how do I know where is what used? And if I have never used it, you know, like, where do I put this piece of the puzzle in? This is where maybe I'm going the wrong direction. Like, I'm going from top to bottom instead of like going from bottom up.
Well, I mean, this isn't unique to code, right? This is just learning in general, right? You start learning something, and really, you know, it's through taking that first step is the most important. And you're not going to know how it all fits together, and you're not going to know what things do, but it's just, and I love that feeling. Like, I physically feel like I can feel it, like this leveling up of my brain. I'm trying to think of something happened recently where I knew nothing about it, and I was a bit anxious, and then within 20-30 minutes I'm like, oh, I now have that. I now own that information. Like, no one could take that away from me except my Alzheimer's. But like, with every bit of code you start, or with every task or thing that you're learning, you start, and then you start picking up new terminology, and then it's like, and then you piece it together, and then it starts to really build up then, and then you can start to whatever. So, you know, it's daunting, but you and I said it to that person that left a comment last week or week before, like, you've just got to build, keep going with it, and slowly but surely it will fall. The pieces will fall into place. I don't know whether I agree with some of the concepts that Claude is telling you there. Like, you know, as an example, functional program and object-oriented programming as front-end developers really doesn't have its place, you know? So you're lumping two paradigms into each other that don't, you know, especially if you're running a business.
Specify, right? I said becoming an engineer.
Exactly.
So I should have been like much better, like
exactly. I want to become a front-end engineer.
Yes.
I want to become a back-end engineer. I want to become a a web. I think web is the kind of, it used to be
I would like to say
front-end, back-end was separate, but now people are becoming full stack and don't get me wrong, you're never going to be as good at both. You're always going to, if you concentrate on one, you're going to be an awesome back-end engineer, but you just got to know what you enjoy the most. And engineering is so broad.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if this is true about design as well, because me knowing more design than programming, it's like, okay, if somebody doesn't know design, can they just learn the concepts without doing it? I kind of feel like, yes, you could develop taste by understanding also what taste means. Like, why is a design good? It's almost certainly because of the typography. It's because of the spacing. It's grouping things. It's the color. It's the theories around all of these, like the attention mechanisms. All of these things play a role into making a good design, and then storytelling comes in. And I'm pretty sure you could start to understand these by consuming a lot of like good design and analyzing it and becoming aware of it without actually going in and doing every bit of it. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe same is true about programming, but we'll see. We'll see in a year if I'm an engineer or a vibe coder.
Because you can be a good designer but not have a Scooby-Doo about UX, and like, you might have a gut feel about why something leads you down a certain path, but there will be some designers out there that just don't like, they'll like, I don't want to claim to know anything about higher conversion rates or whatever. I just know what looks really, really nice, and that's fine. And that's the same with front end, back end developers, right? Some front end developers just don't care about anything functional. They just want to make things look pretty, but it's becoming less and less not desirable. Everyone wants less responsibility. However, you kind of need to float in between both of those worlds to be able to succeed anyway. But because they both play off each other, you can learn so much just by understanding a bit of UX, just like a front-end developer can understand a lot more about development by understanding a few concepts about back-end development. So yeah. Cool. Should we crack on? Should we get going?
Let's go. Let's get going. All right.
Let's go.
I have an intro, but we don't have all the items. Okay, we have the important ones there. All right, let's get started. So this week we have 3 big Anthropic updates: a new model, a new full desktop app, and a new feature called routines. And then we have Microsoft and Perplexity separately trying to do something like OpenClaw. Everyone is doing that nowadays, and a few other news. All of this in today's episode. This is Cmd+AI. I'm Kabarza.
And I am Sam, and this is a week in AI, design, and dev. We should have a little theme thing.
Yeah, we can add it. We can have it here and
get HeyGen on it.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, to kick us off, it's pretty somber, but we'll quickly move past it. Sam Altman bears all in a recent blog post describing an attack with a Molotov cocktail thrown at his house in the early hours of the morning. Pretty fucking brutal.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So this here is the blog post. See, here's a photo of my family. I love them more than anything. So someone basically just threw a friggin' and if you don't know what a Molotov cocktail is, it is a bottle full of alcohol or petrol or something flammable, and has like a tissue put in, and when you throw it, it just. But I think this just bounced off his house. It didn't do I think it was just rolled on the floor or something. So whoever did it, I don't know whether they found that person, but it didn't. No one got hurt and all the rest of it. 3:45 in the morning. Thankfully, it bounced off the house and no one got hurt.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, disliking somebody to this level, trying to go physically after them. That's just like,
yeah.
I mean,
I watch too much true crime to understand that there's just some messed up people in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like this, that they feel this is justified. And I wonder what they were trying to do with it. Like, I'm guessing they wanted to smash through a window, and the fact that he's got a kid as well. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like mental. Saying all that, and I think this is more of a thing about me. I'm the scummy person here. I don't have the best trust in Sam Altman, given lots of things. And I've read this and I sort of think I just cannot help but feel like he's using this as some sort of leverage, some sort of thing to try and get himself out there, whether he knows it or not. I think that there's just a bit too much sob story going in. Working towards prosperity for everyone, empowering all the people, and advancing science and technology are moral obligations to me.
Okay, that's too much.
It just feels a little bit forced and a bit, what do they call it? Yeah. And then I was thinking about our upcoming trial with Elon, and just really pulling the sob story. And don't get me wrong, like, oh God, if someone threw a bomb at my place and I managed to basically walk out surviving, I'd probably, I'd come close to a near-death experience. I'd probably rethink and really ponder on a lot of things as he is I think he basically wrote this in the morning of or something like that. Like, but it is interesting. I'm not proud of handling myself badly in conflict with our previous board that led to a huge mess for the company. That was something that happened last year. I'm sorry for the people that I hurt, and I wish I'd learned more faster. That doesn't really make much sense, but okay. And yeah, he's just pondering on life and all the rest of it. I am glad that he's okay. I don't want the lad to die, obviously. And I do hope that this is maybe a reconsidering, but I also just cannot help but feel like it's not as he's just putting on the, what they call it, crocodile tears a little bit here. But I don't know. Again, that's you call me a scumbag. You can call me a scumbag for feeling like that. I just don't have much trust in the lad. So, but yeah, that's
he doesn't have the best track record for us to really trust him.
No, not at all. But yeah, that's that one. This one's an interesting one, actually. Anything you want to say about it?
No. It's
this one's quite interesting. So let me just set this up here. I've got so much windows open. God damn it. Okay. I really don't like the intro I've rewritten for this, but we're going to go with it now. Google is going to be punishing you if you hijack the back button. It's called a thing called back button hijacking. Go figure. Go figure. And I had never heard of this before. It's exactly kind of what it says on the tin. Today, we're expanding our spam policies to address a deceptive practice known as back button hijacking, which will become an explicit violation of malicious practices of spam policies, leading to potential spam actions. When a user clicks the back button in the browser, they have a clear expectation. They want to return to the previous page. Back button hijacking breaks this fundamental expectation. It occurs when the site interferes with the user's browser. Sorry, I should be zoomed in. And prevents them from using their back button to immediately get back to the page they came from. Instead, users might be sent to pages they never visited, blah, 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 blah. And then I sort of looked at it here. I looked at this video, back button hijacking. And I'm just going to say it, lads. I've noticed this on porn sites. Where you get taken through to a page or whatever, an advert or something. It's always an advert. and then you try and go back because it's like, all right, how did I get here? And then you just see like rewrites happen, and then you cannot escape, or it just goes back to a page that again says it on here, and it's really annoying. I've not seen this on any kind of, let's call them legitimate websites, to be fair, but this is what it's and the basic.
But why is this a thing?
Exactly. It keeps you in the loop. It's advertising.
I would expect the browser to handle that. I would expect the browser to have in its memory what was the previous page and force that page to be loaded. I don't know how this is working, but I think maybe it is doing something with cookies or with the...
Not with cookies. So you've got going into our, your question about learning the syntax and this and that.
Yeah.
There is a history API that you can actually rewrite. So you basically say and you can I did see it somewhere in this video. We'll leave links to this down below. But yeah, it's the history API. And you use it when you're doing when you're building React applications. You actually write to the history API to track, because React is it's just one page, right? You're not actually navigating around. It's just JavaScript flipping around in one page.
Yeah.
And so you write to the history API, which does a couple of things. It obviously writes to that history, but also rewrites the URL and sort of manages all of that sort of stuff. So it's all kind of a fake navigation system. So yeah, that's how they do it. And what was I going to say? So the consequences of this are, because I was like, okay, so what do you mean? What is this? How can you actually enforce something like this? Is it something that they can only do in Chrome, that they're just not letting you do that, or what? Basically, they're going to punish you by lowering your rankings, which of course plenty of people still very, very much care about. But obviously, as you will be flagged, your website will be flagged as spam, and that obviously affects rankings. But also, like it's just a bit of a knife in the stomach about if you're going to do this, which makes sense. Like, why would you need to do something like this? There might be legitimate reasons. That's what I was thinking about. Are there legitimate reasons where you might actually want to do this? Maybe I don't like it, but I'm trying to think of a website that does this, but once you're logged in, Webflow does this. Once you're logged in, you go to webflow.io and you can't go to Webflow's own homepage anymore. When you're logged in, you have to log out, or you have to go incognito, and then you can go to webflow.io. That's really annoying, but that might be a way that if you wanted that behavior, rewriting the history might be a way to authentically do that. But regardless, it is against what users want. This is why I don't like scroll hijacking, because it's against what I'm trying to do as a user. I want to scroll to a certain point on the page based on my mouse settings. And I've noticed as well in Claude Code and the CLI, which we'll probably be using less of now based on news coming later on, but it scrolls faster than my fingers do on my trackpad. I want to be able to just do that and lock in to the spot that I want. I don't want this an added inertia. It frustrates me. It's not very accessible. And again, if you've got motor skills and you can only move a little bit, but you want increased speed or whatever because you can only move a little bit, you want the website to respect that. Long-winded way of saying it makes sense why the back button hijacking is being punished.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
I reckon it's only on nefarious websites anyway that seem to care about this sort of thing. So yeah, back button hijacking. So with that, did you want to show the new desktop app experience with Chrome?
With Claude, you mean, right?
Claude, yeah. I can do it.
No, I have it here.
Okay. Back button hijacking.
And
Who'd
it's
have known?
here.
People are so sneaky. People are so sneaky. People are always thinking of ways to like get around stuff, and it's like, ugh, it drives me nuts.
But what should we do about the intro? Because the Claude video is like a
multi-step
it's a
program.
long one. Yeah,
we'll just record the intros and then.
Yeah, let's see.
I've rewritten the intros to all of them as if they're separate, but you know, we're just going to be. This is unsurprisingly, this is going to be the Claude code half an hour, which seems to happen quite a lot on this show. So
yeah. Let me also.
We're just gonna what do they call it? Glaze Claude for the next few minutes.
Yeah. Getting things ready. Let's bring this there.
Where's everyone? Let me have a check. If you're on YouTube, give it a like. If you're we don't get that many on YouTube these days. Most people are coming from Twitter, which is kind of odd. We're like, if you don't know like the background to this whole thing, like me more so, but you also have a YouTube channel. We both release videos independently of each other. And that's kind of how we both found each other, right? Is through the YouTube thing. So like YouTube is like our bread and butter. Well, certainly more mine anyway, because I'm basically producing videos 24/7 nowadays. But yeah, it's quite surprising that we have so many people tuned in from Twitter. I barely use Twitter. So like shout out to everyone on my Twitter.
Yeah.
If you could come over on the YouTube though, give it a like. And then bounce back to Twitter. That would be amazing. I don't know why I'm so dark, you know. Right. Anyway, sorry. I back button hijacked you there.
All good. Okay.
I'd love to know where people found me or how people found me on Twitter. Maybe they couldn't stand my videos, so they found me on Twitter because they would rather read what I'm saying rather than listen. I don't know.
Okay, I got it all.
I got it all. Take them away.
All right, so we got 3 big Anthropic updates, starting with their new Claude desktop. Not Claude Code, just the entire Claude desktop app got a huge new redesign. Well, I don't know. Is it huge? Let's just go through it. The new design is chat, co-work, and Claude Code. And Claude Code is where we have the biggest new design, and I want to just quickly walk you through it. And you see this, you're probably like, wait a second, is this not like every other vibe coding or like, I don't know, coding app out there? Yes, just like Codex, just like everything
which
else
is a good thing.
Turning into, it's a good thing. This is the view that I really, really like. And Claude Code in the desktop app now has this. So it means we are going to probably use less of the terminal version. So this is essentially the same thing, but in a nicer UI. Well, we'll see about that. So here you have new sessions. By the way, this is kind of like nice how you see like what's up. You have the sessions you had prior, and what you can do, I can do command click to open one in a new like separate window, which is quite nice. And for each one of these, we have tons of like options, like tabs. We have the preview, the diff, the terminal, which is nice. We have the terminal, and you see I'm typing.
Wild.
It's insane.
I never thought I'd see the name.
Don't look at this start dev server chat using the 1 million context to npm run dev. Okay, so you can.
I'm sure there's more words in start the dev server than it is run dev.
True. Well, I'm just talking. So anyway, so we have these views, and I can do this, and I can also open a different project. You see, this is in a different directory, and here now this is where it gets a bit small. You see, you can have multiple windows, but I cannot resize them. There is no resizing between them, and I can't move them around. That really sucks. But I can do npm run.
So hang on, these are different. Oh, okay, so you've got different agents.
Yeah.
In the same
so
window.
Here, yes. So this is a different directory. This is a different app. This is another app, and let me even like run and
how are
show
you doing
you
that? How are you doing that?
I can show you. Let me see if this
tasks
shows up. Anyway, so I'll show you that. So what I have here, and by the way, I'm zoomed in. Normally I work like this, so it's a bit tinier, but for the sake of the video, I'm zooming in. Just Command plus, like I can do Command plus here. Well, you see it didn't work completely. It depends on where you are focused. And see, I can have a new conversation, and I can here go to a completely different folder, a different directory, and have a new agent, a new task, whatever. You can have up to 4, by the way. Look, if I click more, it just
replaces.
Goes on top of whatever. Yeah. So that's not the best. I wish I could have like more. I genuinely have 8, 10, 12 in warp sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's okay, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I need more time to play with it. But yeah, it's been pretty nice because, as we'll talk about this in a second,
so you in a nutshell,
have the models.
Opus 4.7, 1 million max.
All the time. Even to run.
Start the dev server.
Exactly. Well, just to show you what I do with it, like one of these apps is this tool that I've been building, and yesterday I did a revamp of the entire template logic. Now you can do any visual template build, visual prompt builder. So you build prompts visually. That's really nice. And then you can send it to an AI chat. All of this, like I'm building a full-on chat UI that also works and everything just for myself, which is really cool. So that's what I'm doing with all of these tokens. And then let me show this one. I just did this with the new model, which I guess you'll talk about in a second. The new model from Claude, the 4.7. I asked it to do a bunch of experiments for a WebGL app that I have, and boy, I like them. They are beautiful. Like, I tried this often with many models, and what I get is something that has potential but is ugly. This is quite nice. I love the templates right out of the just from the defaults, and I did also write the article with it. I'll probably just skim through it and see how cool it is. This is all done by the new model, doing an article about how this effect works and all of that. Anyway, so that's enough about what I'm doing with it. What's important is what we have here. You have pretty much everything you need here. You can also do the slash things. It is quite faster. It is quite more performant, which is very welcome. I did use the Claude code in the desktop app prior to this new update, and it was unusable. It was legit unusable because it would slow down so much that you couldn't navigate between 2 tabs. The fact that now I can navigate, it's a win. But you can still see that it's not immediate. I can
Mm-hmm.
feel it, but it's borderline is like fine. I can use this. At least for what I do, it's fine. I don't love that I can't, change the windows much, and I
It's a very
can't close the
Apple-like thing to
master,
do, isn't it?
and I can't close this one. You see, like if
Mm.
I want to focus on this and close everything else, I can't. I have to close all of these and then go to whatever that I was working on to, yeah, and I have to click it again, and so it's not the best experience when it comes to these. If you care about these things, if you are a like full-on pro user, but I guess if you're just trying to start with vibe coding, I could not like recommend anything else. This is really, really good, really user friendly, really easy to start with, and a pretty nice UI. Good job on the design. I really like the UI, the design of it.
Yeah.
So
Go on.
yeah, it's your time to talk about this new bad boy we got here.
Well, actually, before we go on to Opus
Okay.
4.7, you'll also notice that they've introduced a powerful new feature into this new thing, which actually isn't available in the CLI Claude code, not that I could see anyway. Routines.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know.
There you go.
I didn't know that it's not available.
I couldn't
there.
see it.
I didn't know. It's just
try it. /routines inside of Claude Code CLI or TUI, whatever. It didn't do anything. They might have added it again. I don't know. But is it there?
No.
Yeah, there you go. So it is a Claude desktop app exclusive.
Oh, it says schedule routines. That's a bit strange.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, I think they've got a lot of cleaning up to do, because certainly over the last few weeks it's been a bit of a, so much so that I was confused as to what the difference between this is and managed agents. They share so much of the same overlap that I was like, what's managed agents? One of those benefits well, actually, let's start with what the differences are. So managed agents, they both run, routines and managed agents both run on Claude's or Anthropic's infrastructure. It's on their servers. You configure them, you set them up. They can both be triggered by like posting to it, or routines like a loop, a cron job, or in the case of routines, you can actually trigger it from GitHub Actions, which you start to see the divergence. They then run a set of routines. They do what you've told it to do, and that's kind of like the job. Still quite a lot of overlap here. So I wish that, let's call them managed agents inside of Claude Code is different from managed agents inside of Cowork or something like that. I don't know, but whatever. The idea is that routines are available inside of Claude Code because really they're to do with code-based stuff, right? It's routines that act upon your code base. The real intention is to be doing code reviews. The real intention is to like do refactoring tasks or, bug reports or whatever it is, whatever you want. It's based on a code base. Now that code can actually be in of itself like something that can run other things, I guess. This is me just making up shit right now. I don't actually know. But that code could be ran inside of this routine that goes and fetches Notion data, and then the agent acts on that the receiving end of that Notion database or something like that. I don't know. But there's me trying to merge something that managed agents kind of does. The idea of managed agents, and we've done a video on this, is that again, you're replacing NaN. You've got a trigger, it's got a set of actions, and it's an agent itself. So it will do a bunch of tasks and whatever. It can read from different MCPs. It can read from different skills to get that task done. And then, whatever. The output is whatever you want it to be. I thought, again, confused about the overlap. I thought, oh, this is quite nice. This is like managed agents because this comes under your Pro and Max subscriptions. This is charged under your Max subscriptions. I couldn't see anything about you're paying for your usage, even though it's run on Claude's infrastructure. I couldn't see any like it's X amount of minutes costs you this plus, whatever. So it's seemingly like a free thing for you to do. So that's quite nice. So yeah, that's kind of routines really. It's more of a code focused, dev focused thing that you want to run on some sort of schedule, or you tell it when you want it to run. Do a code review, and then it will just do a code review or something like that. So yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what is the difference between routines and schedule is a bit still unclear to me, because here
I guess the remote aspect.
Yeah.
I guess the remote aspect. These again, you've just hit the nail on the head there. These can just run on a clock. Whereas if you do the other one, you can do the clock, but you can also do post. You can also post to it. So open up, do the other one, whatever the other one says. I think it's local or remote. No, top right. You see, you've got new routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one's local, which will just be a cron job, and the remote, you can actually run it on a schedule or a trigger here, some sort of action or post request.
I see.
And the API is like a post request or whatever. So yeah, just.
So could I connect this to Telegram to do something?
As in like you post from Telegram to this?
I guess. Yeah.
I would probably, you probably need to build some sort of middleware layer to forward it on, because I don't know what,
because we have the API and we have the connector, so technically I could talk to my Webflow through Claude and Telegram.
You could, but you need to transfer the I don't know what connectors it has against Telegram, but you might need to translate a message into a post request with something in the middle there. So you probably could, but you need to build something in the middle to say, when I receive a message, post to this remote routine. Yeah. So, it's cool. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Cool. What I will say is that we have Warp. And Warp have had this thing called Oz for quite a while, which is a managed agent cloud thing. So if you type in, I think it's Oz-platform or /Oz platform. Just type /Oz, OZ. Does it say anything?
Yeah, it's this one. Yeah,
it's gone blue, is it? Yeah, we go. Yeah, so Oz platform. Now you can also do the same things here, where it's just again a response to like a GitHub. Excuse me, response to a GitHub or whatever that's happening remotely, and then it just pulls down your code, does something in your code, and whatever, and then pushes back up. Yeah, another feature. I don't think we need to labor on too much. On the topic of subscriptions and pricing and stuff like that, one thing that I'll take you off screen share. One thing that I think was very quietly announced. This is it's a bit of a meme to say it was quietly announced, but one thing that was quietly announced is that enterprise can no longer pay for Claude Max subscriptions.
That's crazy.
Which is, think about it for like 2 seconds. Like, the API is expensive, right? I accidentally, using the new app, I was using my extra usage today and I didn't realize it, and it was churning away, and I used like $20, and like I was like, what? So I not only went over my limit, I've only got the pro plan. I've not only went over my limit of the pro plan, I then used like $20 worth of overages to it's expensive. And is this, as you said it earlier, is this the beginning? Are we seeing the beginnings of enshittification, where they're charging their most priciest clients friggin' API
yeah, maybe
prices?
they are using the most amount of tokens, probably. These we've seen that some of these big companies are actually, they have dashboards, internal dashboards showing which devs like using how many tokens. So the more tokens you use, the better dev you are. I mean, I even see with my dev friend sometimes sending me a screenshots of, look, I ran through my entire token, available tokens in 5 minutes. Like, how did you do that? Anyway, so that with that becoming a thing, it does make sense that they try to limit that, because we know that the $200 option is roughly worth like $2,000, $2,000 to $3,000 of a token. So that's why they are limiting it. It's okay. Let's say it in a different way as well. AI is much more expensive than these companies like to admit. And maybe this is just Anthropic admitting that it is just very expensive to run these models and they cannot take all the cost in. So they're starting to charge the real cost for AI.
Yeah. Hot off the press, thanks to Lisa here, or Lisa. I did see this because I get messaged new news, and I actually didn't follow through with it. Claude Design.
Did they? Yeah. Let's see.
Look at this, and
it's like lovable.
My message said like basically Figma's.
Oh, I have it. I have it.
Is it in the desktop app?
No, and I just checked it on the.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
In the web app? Yeah. So actually, let's go back. Let's go back. So here we are in the web app, Claude.ai/new. Here we have design, and I click it. Let's see. Meet Claude Design. Nice intro. Import your team's design system. Is this RIP Webflow and Framer and
Replit,
whatever else, Replit and lovable.
And it's interesting because they're talking about, they're using terminology like prototype, like they don't want this being production ready. Sounds to me like they don't want to cannibalize on Claude code too much. They want to say, right, prototype it in Claude Design, then bring it into Claude code, and then, you know.
Well, this sucks for companies like Lovable. You know, they're in, yeah, I don't know.
Anthropic told TechCrunch that it's intended to complement things like Canva rather than replace it. The company said its new product is built for people who aren't starting from a design tool and need to get it from idea to something visual very quickly. So they're really focusing on the fact that this is not a production app.
Let's look at some of these examples.
Yeah.
These are examples made. Shaders, my favorite. Okay, this, yeah. Oh, this is nice. What is this? App onboarding. This is like a Figma. That's trippy. Okay, so text streaming. These are just like mini web apps that people have done. What is the difference between this and Claude code? I was literally saying, if you're just trying to use the desktop app, I guess you could use Claude Design. It is more friendly. It is probably just the same thing. It's just has a bunch of like harnesses around it, and yeah.
What's interesting about this as well is that a company is able to upload a bunch of their design assets, and so it essentially creates a skill from all their design assets and things like that. So things that they use in Claude Design will be adhering to their practices. Now, we just mentioned about the Anthropic not letting enterprise use Claude Max subscriptions. Presumably this, I mean, does this come under, I'm just reading now, preview Claude Pro Max Team and Enterprise subscribers. So I think if you're an Enterprise subscriber, you're no longer getting Claude Max. So I reckon you'll be charged API prices for this as well if you're a enterprise.
So what is also interesting that they have slide decks, and this is something that I recently noticed becoming a thing. So like a lot of companies need to share some sort of content, and what they previously used to do, like with Figma, Figma did tackle this last year with trying to make it easy to do on-brand presentations essentially, and also like content design for your social media. And I see more and more companies are trying to do all of this in HTML, which also makes sense. We'll talk about this in a little bit also with the other tool that we want to show. It's just that a lot of these presentations that you are going to do are just some simple layout, some text, maybe a graphic, some nice designs, and nothing more. And HTML is more than enough. And these AI tools are amazing at generating HTML. So if you can give them a nice design system and obviously feed them the right content, that would be really interesting. Anyway, so they're like, it's interesting that they are adding tools essentially around all of this. It's prototype with wireframe or high fidelity. It's very designer friendly. Like a non-designer doesn't know what is the difference between these necessarily. Slide deck, use speaker notes. That's interesting. And set up design system.
There we go. This is what I was talking about. So this will be the enterprise thing for taking your assets and creating a design system from it.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know.
Upload a Figma file. Yeah.
There we go. I'm curious to know. And again, that's that complementary aspect. So they still want you to do, like, a designer isn't going to design stuff in this. I think Canva is its biggest competitor, to be honest, rather than Figma and whatever. They're enabling the creation. They're taking the creation of assets and making this middle prototype layer by saying you can piece something together very, very quickly using stuff you've already designed. I'm curious to know, what is the export? What is the output of Claude Design? Can you go into an example and look for some sort of export, some sort of like generate or whatever?
Yeah.
Pick something pretty. That's cool. The globe, the Earth.
The globe. I don't know if it's a globe loader. What is this one?
So these communities, because I don't think these are a good example.
By the way, here Leo is saying because also Anthropic didn't buy enough GPUs, which is true. This is a part of their problem. Sam Altman went to every vendor, and they were like, I want all the GPU, all the RAM in the world, and Anthropic didn't. So they don't have enough processing power.
Yeah, they're really struggling with that right now with usage limits and all the rest of it. So yeah, feeding that.
Okay.
So yeah,
I see your notes. So, yeah. So let's try something. What happened? I clicked it and now it says it gave me the prompt. So okay.
So it doesn't. So it doesn't start a project for you. You can't like clone a project. You can't fork a project. It gives you the prompts that they used, and then you'll get your thing.
So look, interestingly enough, there are comments. So this is going to be something that you collaborate with a client, maybe in an organization with a marketing team. So that is interesting. And all of this is Claude code underneath, I guess, right? It's just that a nice layer of design added on top of it with buttons, with templates and things like that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see. And I wonder what this will mean, because you've always wanted this hybrid between not prompting your design updates. You want to be able to like get into the weeds of it a little bit. And I wonder if this will enable that, or how it will enable that. You know what I mean? So yeah, send to Canva. export the PowerPoint, export to the PDF,
Yeah.
download it as a project zip. So this could be then taking it into Claude Code. So you could have, like it or not, you could have the big wigs at a company designing something with Claude Design and then handing it to their team, be like, hey, I built this, guys. Do you want to make this into a product? Which they probably do anyway, but I think this is people baked into that ecosystem. I want to see what a project looks like when you download the project code or the project zip.
Yeah. We saw rumors of this, but I didn't see it coming literally right now. So interesting.
No patience.
Let's see if I can. It says use this prompt. It is just using the prompt. I didn't read properly. We have also settings here. Claude Opus 4.7. Yes. You can add Figma file and
set it off. Let's get something going on. Oh, bug.
I didn't send anything. What happened there? So that's the other instance, right?
Design. Well, what's that? Design file and what? What do those two tabs say?
So this is the two different projects. Yeah.
Okay. So let it build then. Let's let it build and then see what's the design files are versus the actual. Obviously, the output is. Stay on there.
I'm a bit unsure about like, okay, what are these? Okay, learn about Claude design system. Let's go back to this one, the card. Oh, okay. So there is something.
So this is the output. And then, so what are the design files? Is it just a HTML?
Yeah.
It's just a HTML
I guess
page.
this is just like our file system here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So how now can we edit this?
Interesting. Tweaks is kind of like added on top. It's outside. That's an interesting choice.
That's how they've bridged that gap.
Yeah.
I've done a client project recently where I built my own twig pane like experience because I was like, well, I want to be able to like tweak things. It's like less about the design, more about the kind of animations and stuff. But this seemingly is becoming the go-to way to interface with AI and tweak AI, to get it to do certain things. So what options do you have in the sort of tweak pane there?
What you got cut off for a second? What options? What
in the pane on the right? What options do you have? What can you change? Do you want to zoom in a little bit as well?
To zoom in, let's because it's a WebGL effect. It's a bit buggy to zoom in. It's the typical that you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you probably won't get this on every project. That's because it has access to WebGL, probably.
No, I think this is. Yeah, I would need to try multiple projects. What is really interesting to me, how this is outside. It's kind of like as a function, and then what is draw? So I guess. This is taking a screenshot. Nice. I can do a screenshot and send it. I can change the zoom, the preset, the presentation. I thought it's okay. We have the edit. What is the edit? Background font. Okay, so there are some. There are. You can literally click on the elements, RIP, Webflow Framer, everything else. You can literally edit. You have the editor built in. Look, you have like the padding that you can change. Do you see this card?
Yeah.
I can change the font. I can change the size.
I wonder if you need to prompt this edit in, like by the way, make this editable, or whether it infers all of that from what it creates. It's like, okay, well, we've done this. I'm now going to allow them to. Do you know what I mean? They've created that connection.
And we have also commenting. Interesting. Send to Claude or comment, so I can add a comment.
Interesting. I'm still a little bit lost at who this is for, because are we building a design? Are we building a prototype product, or are we actually designing? Like, is this PowerPoint? Is this an app builder? Feels a little bit.
It's an all-rounder, I guess.
Yeah.
So the commenting is, to me, this is for teams. This tweaks this button. It's kind of like an interesting choice. This is potentially for designers, right? They care about this, like small details. And it's interesting how, for example, things such as these options, you see, these are like options for this effect. I don't know if it's actually with WebGL or just CSS. Whatever it is, some of the options are within the app, but some of them are outside of it, if it makes sense. For example, I can click on this and change.
Well,
I can change this.
Why don't you download the project files and see what happens when you run it? And yes, you can use Opus 4.7 to say run the project. So download the files.
I'll just download the HTML. I think it's
no. I want you to download the project. I want you to download the project.
Which one? The entire thing.
Yeah, I want to see what's in there, what they give you access to. Is this a deployable deliverable where they've removed this sliders, or is the creator of this? Because it's interesting to me as well, because there's that toggle. Is this something that Claude Design has given you, because they've got their own design panel, or is this something baked into this prototype app, and then Claude again has figured out that you want to be able to turn that on and off? It's very interesting to see how this all works.
So it gave me a zip, and inside of the zip file is literally just HTML.
Interesting. And then, okay, so drag that into your cursor. Okay, so that you can see the twig part, the twig pane there is baked into the app.
Yeah.
And what happens when you toggle it off and then download the files again?
Let me see. Okay, it works now. Sorry, guys. Okay, now we have it. So that's it. So now, what was the question?
So these are obviously baked into the experience. So these are obviously coded in. Now I'm really interested to how they got that tied to the UI elements of Claude Design with the ability to turn it off, right? So if you turn that off and now export it again.
Interesting. Yeah.
Is that now baked into? I mean, it doesn't answer the question. Like, how is this bound to the Claude interface? Maybe Claude picks up on all of the things you can do and then decides. But it's interesting how they've managed. Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense here, guys? Like, isn't it crazy how it's decided to put a toggle at the top there and also then adding and creating designs on the right? Like, it's complex stuff, I guess. And then run this in your browser and see what happens.
Yeah, I got the new one. Now it gave me 2 HTML elements. One of 2 HTML files, and no, they still have it.
Interesting.
They still have the tweak, which is very interesting. It's interesting how they are doing this. But to me, the biggest moment was when I clicked edit, right? I mean, Cursor has this, but now Claude is coming at everyone. They are building literally every tool. So Lovable, I don't know, any like Replit, any other tool, V0, everything out there. Now Claude is coming after them with, especially like with the edit, with there's a full-on tool set around it. So it would be really interesting to see why would somebody use Lovable instead of just using Claude, especially since you have I would say you probably have a Claude subscription. You probably, are already using the tool, and we know Lovable is using Claude models. So it's kind of like, why not go to the source directly?
I think the end-to-end workflow needs to be you wouldn't replace your tools with this. It's supposed to be for non-design, non-developer people to express what's in their head in a kind of like design prototype idea generation way. Yes, you can download the files, but it's then up to them. I think the idea is the professionals are then able to take this idea and build it or design it or create it properly. I don't think the intention here is not to build the final product. Whereas Lovable, they want you to build the final product. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's or Figma even, you've got an export to Figma button. You take the design and then finish it in Figma. That's what I think this tool is aiming to solve. It's not really for the people who want to do. It's not for designers, for instance. It's definitely not for designers. It's definitely not for developers. It's for product people who don't quite. They just want a scratch pad to just mess around. It's the new back of a napkin doodle from some guy who doesn't know how to design. They're able to express themselves more freely.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But it's an interesting product. Like, we've really gone into it here by looking at the edits and wondering if that toggle, how Claude has determined that there needs to be a toggle there, whereas it needs to be a text input in the design panel, how it's figured all that out. Very interesting as a case study. However, look, as a product, I think it's just something for non-techies, non-designers to get their ideas to the people that know what they're doing. I think.
Yeah.
Cool. I think
anyway,
we've really milked
it was
that.
kind of, it was kind of like took us by surprise.
Yeah.
Because
it's funny.
we didn't. Yeah.
Let me read you what I was sent. Because again, I'll say it again. We've got a Claude bot who produces this show, and I get text messages wondering if we want to include articles in our show. And literally today, got a message. Because I'll tell you exactly whose stocks fell today based on this. Oh wow! I got Anthropic CPO leaves Figma's board after reports off where he will offer a competing product. So Kyger's departure highlights concerns that AI labs will dominate traditional SaaS businesses. I don't think that's relevant, but I think what is relevant is that Anthropic. Let me read that really clearly. Anthropic's CPO leaves Figma's board. So he works at Anthropic. He's their CPO, Chief Product Officer, but he's on the board of Figma. But there's obviously a clash of, what do they call it? Conflict of interests there. So that's what I got sent today. And then there was a price drop or shares or stocks drop message, but I just can't find it because I've got so many messages from my OpenClaw today. But is this it? No. Anyway, we'll move on. But yeah, this has hit the industry hard, I think. Here we go. Figma and Wix stocks tumble as Anthropic targets AI web design market. And that's this tool here. So Anthropic's AI upends Adobe and Figma, sends stocks sliding together. Yeah, so surprised, to say the least.
Yeah.
We will talk about Opus. Anyone got anything to add? That was a nice one, Alyssa. Thanks for that. Let's talk about Opus, yeah?
Yeah.
The new big boy.
You can.
So you probably have heard the news. Opus, Anthropic have just released their biggest bad boy yet that we have access to, Claude Opus 4.7, which I think is the byproduct, and we'll get into it, of Mythos being released. And I did think that there was going to be a point release based on the reinforced learning of Mythos. So let's go through the article together. Our latest model, Claude Opus 4.7, is now generally available. Opus 4.7 is a notable improvement on Opus 4.6 in advanced software engineering, because I actually think 4.6 took a down step from 4.5 in software engineering, with particular gains on the most difficult tasks. Users report being able to hand off their hardest coding work, the kind that previously needed close supervision, to Opus 4.7 with confidence. The model has substantially better vision. It can see images in greater resolution. And there was a really interesting experiment that Theo did with a puzzle that was an image. You have a coding challenge that you have to solve by looking at an image and whatever. It's hard to visualize when we're not showing it. However, oh, sorry, guys. So I wasn't showing my screen. However, he handed the image, and the image was it got flagged as dangerous, or not dangerous, that's the wrong word, but it got flagged basically as Opus 4.7 with its increased security capabilities has flagged this as, conspicuous or whatever. Use Sonnet. Kind of interesting. So yeah, higher resolution in combination with its its focus on cybersecurity is causing a bit of whatever. So looking at the benchmarks, again, we don't care too much about benchmarks, but I think it's nice to see a comparison, because we've got GPT 5.4 here, Gemini 3.1 Pro, and then of course the big daddy Mythos. So and obviously Opus 4.6. So big improvement on agentic coding, big improvement on the Sweetbench verified on agentic coding as well. And I think, well, no, it is an improvement, because again, this was Terminal Bench actually fell in Opus 4.6, but I think we've gained some ground here. But of course, GPT 5.4 being it anyway on Terminal Bench. So there's that. Humanities Last Exam increasing there. 5.4 was better than 4.6 on the Humanities Last Exam anyway, but overtaken again. Sorry, just to bring in Mythos as well. Still not beating Mythos on any of these, to be honest. So that's crazy. 93.9 anyway. So yeah, as you can see, we won't go through all of these, but it's an improvement. But I think the biggest thing with regards to this model is just the way it handles things. Now, I'll find it. Below are some highlights and notes from early testing Opus 4.7. Instruction following. Opus 4.7 is substantially better at following instruction. Interestingly, this means that prompts written for earlier models can sometimes now produce unexpected results. What this is telling me is that you guys need to actually adjust the way that you work because of this model. Now, I would say in the last few weeks, I've started to really adjust the way I work. I used to be very prescriptive on the exact files it needs and this and that. Whereas I'm now more lax with my prompting, because I know that it does a really good job at figuring out what it is that I want and what files it needs to access. This might mean that you probably need to spend some time with it. Excuse me. Probably need to spend some time with it to figure out how it works for you and the way you like to work. So previous models interpreted instructions loosely or skipping parts entirely. Opus 4.7 takes the instructions literally. So maybe we need to probably be a bit more prescriptive, a bridge between what I was doing before, which was being very prescriptive about the files and this and that, and the lax approach that I've taken recently. Probably just need to hone it in a little bit more, because it will literally take it literally. Improve modal support. 4.7 has better vision for high resolution. We've already covered that. Real world work as a well state-of-the-art score on the finance agent evaluation. I really want to build a finance agent. I think that's something I really want to do, and use Opus for it. So yeah.
What GDP to do to access your bank?
No, to trading stocks and shares.
To do like actually give it $100 and then by the end of the day it returns 1,000.
Yeah, let her rip. Hey mate, Venbench. If Venbench is anything to go by, I wonder if they do talk about it in here. Memory 4.7 is better at using file system based memory. So I'm thinking if you're using Obsidian, all of that stuff would be good for Obsidian users. Knowledge work, which is GDP val. Yeah, kicking butt. I wonder what Mythos would be in this thing. Safety and alignment. Overall, Opus 4.7 shows similar safety profile to Opus 4.6. Our evaluations show low rates of concerning behavior such as deception, sycophancy, I hate that word, and cooperation with misuse. Some measures such as honesty and resistance to malicious prompt injection attacks. So that's quite interesting as well. We just did, Skylar, rewind about 30 minutes. Alignment concluded the model was largely well aligned and trustworthy, though not fully ideal in its behavior. That's quite concerning, don't you think? So, misaligned behavior. I mean, is lower better? Because I think we've regressed here, boys and girls. I think lower is better. Misaligned behavior score from our automated behavior unit on this evaluation, 4.7 is a modest improvement on 4.6 and 4. So it is higher is better. So what? Mythos is misaligned? Gosh. Yes, I think a 0 is good. 0 is... No, sorry. 0 was not good. Anyway, so there we go. And just in amongst all that, which is your favorite mode, Max. So this is extra thinking. Now, this also causes the idea, ultra review as well as something I saw, which I saw in the, produces a dedicated review session that reads through changes and flags bugs. So it's basically coming after CodeRabbit, which I quite like CodeRabbit. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Max, when you go for plan mode versus when you go for max thinking, there's a lot of choice when it comes to choosing the model. Do you know what I mean? Like, or you're max all the time, right? So you don't have to worry about anything. Whereas I'm a little bit more prescriptive. I'm like, well, this is a Git push, so I'm going to go to Haiku. Or this is a plan made by Opus on max mode. I'm going to go Sonnet. I'm very picky right there. So I don't know how much I'd go on max mode. I think if it's a really hard problem, I'll go max mode. But if I want to review it before it goes full throttle, then I'll whack on plan mode. So a lot of choice, a bit of overlap with thinking and plan mode. I've always thought that, but we're here, and that extra high, max and high is creating further problems, but also giving us more choice, which I think people like. Opus 4.7 is a direct upgrade to Opus 4.6, but 2 changes are worth planning for because they affect token usage. Now, this is the big one. Opus 4.7 uses an updated tokenizer that improves how model processes text. The trade-off is that the same input can map to more tokens, roughly 1 to 1.35 times, depending on the content type. Second, Opus 4.7 thinks more at higher effort levels. So you might want to rethink that max mode because it gets exponential, particularly on later turns in agentic settings. This improves its reliability on hard problems, but does mean produces more output tokens. Users can control token usage in a variety of ways by effort parameter, which we just spoke about before. So, yeah, I mean, look at this. Basically, it's exponential. It jumps the same amount of tokens as it took, the same amount of tokens as it took from low, medium, high, extra high, it takes to get to max. That's a lot. But yeah, if you have harm problems, you might want to utilize it. I don't think you need max, mate. I really don't. Experiment with extra high, see how far you get with extra high. You won't, will you? Can't bring yourself to it.
That max button is there for a reason.
Mate, we're already struggling here. We're already struggling for GPUs, and there's you fucking max mode all the time.
Max mode run dev.
Yeah, max mode run dev.
I actually do it. Well, not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
well, hopefully
I do it and then it doesn't work because I don't know something is wrong and I just tell it to do it. Okay? I know how to do npm run dev all, but if it comes back with an error, I'm not gonna give it the error to fix it. I'm gonna tell it to literally just do it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's better at like knowing. We talk about adaptive thinking. Hopefully it knows very quickly where to look, so it finds the package JSON. Yeah, I would. You want to retrace your steps on design?
Maybe you do the next thing. So I have like 10 minutes to. I want to explore a few things.
Well, it's HeyGen and Perplexity, which I think you've looked more into than me. So I don't know how you're gonna.
Well, with Perplexity, I haven't looked more into it, but you can read through it. It's probably similar to.
Yeah. So Perplexity I don't know whether you guys have seen this. Perplexity have launched Personal Computer, an all-in-one digital worker that integrates with local files and apps on your Mac, turning it into an always-on AI capable of executing entire workloads. So to me, this sounds like basically Claude computer use, but also Codex have released computer use as well, which I think does things slightly differently. Let's take a look at computer use together because I've not dug into it. Our producer got in contact with us and mentioned it. What do you reckon of the design of Perplexity?
I really like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Oh, they're scroll. Are they scroll hijacking? I don't think they are.
There are some interactions going on with like sticky.
Do you have a little look? Oh, a little blur there. Actually, let's read this. The taskbar. One shortcut summons your computer anywhere on your Mac. Summons your computer anywhere on your Mac. That doesn't mean anything. Context aware. The computer sees your active app and services the right tools automatically. Oh, so it's a little floaty thing. It's a little floaty thing that just, that's clean. I like that. Because right now you can't see it, but if I double tap option, I get a floaty thing on with Claude, but I guess it's always there. And depending on the app that you're on, that has the most amount of context. So you can see here, you can compose an email. That's actually quite nice. I won't lie. That's actually quite nice. App control, operate, mail, Finder, Slack, anywhere native Mac directly through the computer. Local files connect any folder. Computer reads, writes, and secures your files. So again, this little taskbar down here allows you to just, if you're in the apps, you collect the app, folders, whatever. This is a really nice implementation, voice mode, and natural conversation. I want to try this, guys, straight up. Computers creates a team of agents across 20 frontier models. I wonder how the pricing will work as well. This is another thing. And by the way, if you've just joined us, right at the beginning, we talk about Lenny's newsletter. Perplexity was on Lenny's newsletter. It's no longer on Lenny's newsletter, but since then, I'm using Comet right now, which is Perplexity's browser. Like, I don't know whether to. I'm at a loss of what to because all of my AI subscriptions are really starting to end now. Because about a year ago was when we had the massive boom. What do I actually renew? Perplexity might be one of them. So let me know if that makes sense. But one shortcut, total context. Let's. It's a wait list. Look. Damn it. Use Comet with personal computer to unlock browsing, research, and web automations from your desktop. But right now we've got Get Comet. Really like this, guys. I hope I did a good job at explaining that. But it's a floating toolbar that knows the context that you're in. It feels like what Apple Intelligence wants to be, like a ever context-aware thing that's ever present. Doesn't do anything that Claude Cowork can't do, or combination of dispatch and computer use. However, I feel like it's going to be less intrusive, more complementary to how you're doing it. Because when you use Claude computer use, it overtakes your whole computer and you can't, or you shouldn't really do anything about it. Saying that, a little addendum to this little article. Lots of major improvements to Codex. Computer use is a real update for me. It feels even more useful than I expected. I can use all of the apps on your Mac in a he's obviously got AI to write this. All apps on my Mac in parallel without interfering with your direct work. Now, this is big because I have computer use. If I update my Codex, maybe we can do something. But again, going back to Claude, I'm getting an error here. Your browser has lost connection to your screen share audio. That's okay. We're all right. If I... I thought I had computer use. Why haven't I got computer use anymore? Automations? Sorry, I'm looking on Codex right now. But is it in new chat? How bizarre. Connect with Codex Web. Is it in Codex Web? Is that where I saw it? Or in ChatGPT? No, it couldn't be. It wouldn't be in ChatGPT, would it? No, it's not on ChatGPT. Oh, well, I'm at a complete loss, guys. Oh, maybe it was in my settings. Sorry, I know this is very boring to watch. Yes, it's in my settings. So computer use plugin isn't available. Computer use plugin unavailable. Okay, so you have to install it as a plugin, and then that's when it'll work. And I'm guessing it's potentially only available for US people. If you're in the US right now, say hello. But also go into Codex, if you have Codex installed, go into settings, and you'll see computer use on the left-hand side. Let us know if you can access it, because I can't. But this is what the biggest downside to Claude computer use was, and it's a video that I made about it, was that you kind of need an external Mac Mini for it, because it overtakes your whole machine. So yeah, computer use on Perplexity, I've signed up for it. That looks sick. And I think that we'll obviously see those in Claude and all the rest of it, but a really nice implementation. I'm stoked for that. How are you doing?
So funny enough, it told me I can show it. I don't know how long it's gonna take actually.
To give you behind the scenes, we're wondering if we need to add an extra little bit to Claude Design, just because we want to get this video out today as a clip. And yeah, the better job we can do, the better informed we can be for people who haven't streamed.
And come back in 10 minutes.
So, okay, so talk us through your prompt. What did you do? What's your...
I started a design system. So I will show it. Sure. I just want to give an update first. So for the video, we want to go through a few examples. We want to go through what we have. We go through the examples here. There are not many. Maybe... So this is the design system that I'm trying to do. Or no, a new one that is we're working on.
And what did you upload?
So good question. I uploaded this as a Figma file. As a Figma file, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the idea of trying to do something with this. It says like prototype, high fidelity. So maybe, variant AI, we did a comparison. Maybe I do another comparison. So what we do, we go here, where are my projects? And I want to take a prompt that I have done before. And
I don't think I don't think this is a good comparison, because variant AI is design inspiration, right? It's not you're not really you're not building anything, right? You're not building an artifact with well, you can obviously, but like what were you going to build with Claude Design? What were you going to prompt it once it's done?
Slides. So this
slide
is
deck.
What I want. Yeah. Slide deck. And I want to, I don't know, maybe like a pitch deck, but also as presentations for social media. But I want to also do a prototype.
Thumbnail.
So
we do thumbnails. Okay, well, why don't you do HeyGen? Leave it do its thing for 10 minutes. I think let's come back, because I don't think that's I think Canva is its biggest competitor, because I don't
does it do a website?
This design,
it does a website. So I want to do a website with it. That's all right. So I want to, what should be the prompt? I want
is it done? Is it done?
No, I want to write a prompt. You mean for the design system? No, the design. I will wait for the design system to be done.
Okay. Well, let's wait for the design system to be done, and then we'll come back and build a slide deck or do something. Let's enter the mind of a product person who doesn't know anything, and they wanted to design something or build. Maybe build an app or some.
I think it stopped.
Whoa.
Yeah, it has stopped. I think here.
So it's created all those files. This is good.
Yeah.
So it's created all those files based on our design system.
I'll just say continue. Okay, so it is working. It seems like it is working. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. We'll go through these one by one. Let's go back here. I want to do this all in a video. Can I add the design system here?
So I'm guessing you've added a design system. It's now in your account. It's now in this product, this space. My guess is that once you click on the design system here, what happens?
It comes here.
Okay. Now, these are just tabs. Okay. So now that you're in your, what's all that text on the left-hand side? What's all that?
It's just there's a skill, there are like HTML going on.
So I think now we can just do whatever it is that we want. We can just build something, and it's going to use this design system. So in our sketch,
I'm not confident that the design system is complete.
Going to be used.
I feel like it's not complete.
What do you mean?
I think that I closed it. I didn't close the tab, but I think I switched the tab and it didn't finish off the work.
Don't worry. Let's just go with this. I think we can piece together our understanding, because what are you going to do? Re-upload it, are you?
No, I'm trying to see if I can do something here to make it continue.
Just write in the prompt continue.
I did. Oh, okay. It did. See, things are happening. Missing fonts. Okay, I will show that then for the video. What else do we do? We can do, well, we have to go piece by piece, I guess, because I don't want to jump. All right. So should I? You there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So should I go with an intro again?
No.
I feel like we can. Let's. This is the design file. Okay, that's me. And you're saying this is a competitor to Canva, right? Kind of. Okay. So Claude just introduced Claude Design, which is a tool for designers, marketers. This is probably something similar to Canva or Lovable or all of them. So let's go through it. In order to access it, you just go to Claude.ai from the web interface. You go to the design tab. This is the new thing here. And this is their new tool. So here you see you can do prototypes with it. Interesting that they are calling it prototype, high fidelity, low fidelity wireframe. So I guess this is if you want to try a website and see like your content, if it's fitting. You can do a slide deck. We'll try all of these. You can start from a template or other. I don't know what other is. Here you see the designs, but also interestingly, we have these examples. These are things people have built. We'll show you these as well. And you have this button to use the prompts. So that's an interesting choice. You're not copying whatever there is here. You're just copying the prompt to start with it. So we got just a little bit of time to play with it. And there are some really interesting things about it. So what I did here, this is like our YouTube's, it's not exactly a design system, but we have this. I made this as a skill. I wanted to export this as a skill. Now I put this in a new Figma file. And what I did here, and let me show it here in this tab. I went to the design system and created a new design system. And in that tab, I uploaded that Figma file. So not an image, the entire Figma file, I uploaded it. And then it created these files, which I guess now it's asking us to go through them. It is saying the font is missing. And here I can say, well, this needs work. Image not loading, right? Not loading, something like this. Okay, so interesting. I would go, I guess, through each one of these brand files to give it feedback. It's interesting. So this one is interesting. If you look, we don't have a button. So it's taking what we have and creating buttons based of it. The highlights. I like this. Oh, I like this. There is some animation. Some animation going on. Then, yeah, the orb. This is not complete, and these are pretty accurate. This is okay, not bad. Interesting. So this is pretty good, and this is much more extensive than what I gave it to. Oh, even spacing. That's really good. Even the text, nice. So I guess this is our new design system. Now let's say new.
Can you upload our font? Have you got that?
What is our font actually? Let me see. IBM Plex Mono. I would have to download it first. I think it's
loading
a Google
in Figma
font.
though, so you must have it.
Yeah. IBM Plex Mono. I think it is easier to download it from Google. So I would say get font, download, just downloaded it. Upload font. It's doing its thing. It's a zip. I need to unzip it first, obviously. Sorry, guys, for making you wait, but I guess. Okay, so I don't know which version exactly we are using, so let me check that. Medium.
But it's already probably going to figure out a bunch of stuff, so just upload them all.
I don't know if I can upload them all. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See what it does. Because obviously a lot of people are going to want to upload their fonts, right? It's kind of key.
Okay, so this is uploading. Uploaded 14 font files. Nice. Now it's doing something. It's doing the editing, I guess. All right. Claude is still working, but you can start giving feedback on the work so far. I like that. That's very thoughtful. That's what I do to my designers.
I think that is the word that describes Claude models the best. Thoughtful. They are very thoughtful, and in an emotional sense, but also in a practical sense. Like, yeah.
Yeah, let's.
What are some of those prompts saying?
Some of what? Here.
What's on the left-hand side? What are they saying? What's happening on that left side? Okay, so it's, yeah.
Checking the images, I guess. Yeah. So we can wait a bit. This is not moving forward, but here we see things are getting advanced.
Should we start on something and assume that it's going to update our fonts?
Yeah, your call. We can do that.
Maybe wait a sec, because it will look nice if this, when we prompt it, will start looking good. Jesus, it's taking a while to. What's your usage like? What's happening with your usage? Do you roughly know what you had before we started this?
I didn't use it much
today, so it shouldn't.
Yeah,
be,
today I
shouldn't be too high. I wonder what model it's using under the hood too.
Okay, so.
But your Max 200 or Max 100?
Max 200 is the 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is. So if you're using the $20, I mean, that's the case with everything with Claude. The $20 subscription doesn't get you far. It's good for chatting, but when it comes to doing anything agentic and coding, this is where it's not enough. The $100 is probably the better place to be. I probably will downgrade and see how it is, but yeah, 16% is not little use. Anyway, so this hasn't done. This is still the same.
Still cooking, as they say.
Yeah. So if I come here, yeah.
Can you prompt it and say update font?
Well,
where did you leave that feedback before when you said
it's here.
Image isn't loading?
It's here. The font. Well, I'm waiting for this to be finished. I don't want to start another instance, same task, by another agent. That's probably Yeah. What we can do, I can show the examples. I can say that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that. So while that is working, what we can do, we can look at a few examples. So this one, I just pressed use this prompt, which, by the way, if you do, you just get to this place and then you can send it away. But I'm not going to do it because I already have. So here we have a shader and this one. Let's see the shader first. Well, funny enough, this one is not working. Well, it is here. The HTML is not somehow not working, but here we see it's working. Let's see. Oh, it is. Okay, this is trippy. What are these? Move, I don't know. Like, oh, I can press the numbers on my keyboard. Oh, nice. So that's pretty interesting. It's using also my system, my browser time, and yeah, just a few shaders. Now, see here we have this button where we can do tweaks, but we can also do it from here. Somehow they're adding UI on top, so that's very interesting. But the most interesting part is this edit button. If we click it, now we can go and edit elements on the page. You see, I couldn't do this because I think this is either a part of the canvas or under it or something like this, but these are over it, and we can go here and literally change the colors. So this is a full-on editor. It's like RIP every editor out there. Yeah, we can. I can even, like, you see, I have the flex properties. I can't use. Yeah, I can use my keyboard. I can play with the flexbox properties. It's not as nice as, Webflow UI, obviously, but it is something. If you want to play with something specific, that's really nice what they have added. This is what we've seen in Cursor, but now here it's all included, all in one place. And that's not all. You can also draw, so you can do something like this, and you can have this as a comment that will be sent to your AI. You can also do, let's discard this, you can do comment. And if I comment on something, why did it do it there? I think it can't find the elements here, so it defaults there. But if I comment here, I can add a comment, and that comment can be sent as a comment for my teammates or sent to Claude to do something with it. So also pretty nice to see. Just to show you another example that we did earlier. Was it this one? No.
It'd be good to see one that's not like a shader, like it's actually something that's like,
yeah, they were all
designed,
kind
or
of
like a page or a document or something.
No, they are all kind of like that. The closest we have is,
well, let's demonstrate it with our one then. Let's do something with our design system. Let's design like a, I don't know, like a business card or something.
I want to do a website as well.
Yeah, just do a website. Yeah.
But I want to show this one as well. And here's another example where you can see that this tweaks panel, we can turn it on and off, and obviously we can play with these things. We can export it as a zip, which we just did, and then what you get is literally an HTML file. It's that simple. You get an HTML file, static, everything in one file. You can do PDF, PowerPoint, Canva. You can also send it to Claude Code to continue working on it. So again, that's also really interesting. And if I turn this on and press edit, I can literally edit the UI that edits the UI, which is a bit trippy, but fun stuff. Now, let's listen to what you said and do that. Oh, I saw there was a check mark. That one is done. So let's just go through it. This is still not good. but we have some buttons, and yeah, let's not spend too much time on perfecting it. What I want to do is let's work on our website. So this is a new file.
So what did you just click then? Because we want to show.
Get here, yeah, I named a project. I called it.
So you create a project.
I called it Command AI website, and then it shows up here. So you do create a project here, and it shows up here. And then these are different things. So I guess this can be a website, it can be a presentation. We'll do it all. So Command AI website, and then here we can say why my whisper flow is not running.
There'd probably be a voice mode in the interface, right?
Yeah, they do have a voice mode as well. Let's
use the voice mode in the app.
Yeah.
In the actual design. I think that's better. I think that's better than using whisper flow.
Really?
Just from a demonstration purpose. It has a voice mode.
I allowed it, but you saw that I allowed it. Wait, what is happening? No.
Bug.
Let's reload. No.
Okay, whisper flow it is.
Changes my mouse to my cursor. That I don't like that. Anyway, create a website based on our design system for our YouTube show called Command AI Show.
Don't hit send. Don't hit send just yet. So I'm looking at at the top there. You've got start with context, and it's got design system.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you can only add one design system to this system. Oh, okay. You can add multiple, and then you can select the design system. And now this is added as context to your prompt. But if you add multiple design systems, there we go.
We have skills, so we can do. Make tweakable is a skill. So that's how they are doing it. Yeah. So front end design. Let's use that.
Yeah.
And what?
And
else?
Did you add our design system?
Yes, and you see these as. You see these as tags. So front-end design, Command AI design system, hi-fi design, interactive prototype.
Remove that second design system. That's makes me feel.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. So
cool.
Send it away. Now, while this does its thing, we go back, and I want to do a slide deck. Command AI slides. So this is a slide deck, but I want to do it like how I would. I want to generate some social media slides. Okay. Let's generate 10 slides for LinkedIn based on our skill for our show, Command AI Show, a live show on YouTube, where we cover the news in AI and design and web. The whole slideshow should be about Claude Design, a new tool by Anthropic. Research it really well, see what it does, and put everything in 10 slides. I don't know. Do you think it can do it?
You don't need to press that, because I was looking at the little pills there, and it's got chips. Sorry, it's already got it. So
yeah. So I think all of these are just skills. This is just like skills around a tool.
I think there's a PowerPoint skill. So how do you attach the PowerPoint skill just on its own?
I don't know.
Because like you wouldn't click design system to look for the PowerPoint skill, would you?
No, but this says export as PowerPoint. So let's just
Okay.
send it and see what it does. I'm more interested in knowing like how it. Okay, so questions. Oh man, so many questions. Okay,
because you didn't tell it what the website's about.
No, I didn't. It was very okay. Drive viewers to the next. Yeah, let's do this.
Interesting though that it knows this. I don't think you said anything about streaming.
I don't know. Maybe it
in your
did
prompt.
search it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it knows from the design system.
Maybe
archive browser past. Which one? Like,
drive users to next stream. Yeah.
Home.
Just go YOLO. Don't want to make it too much, so we can.
I want to also do merge. How ambiguous, how long scrolling, single file, homepage, on sub pages, full multiple page. I mean, it's front end, it should take no time. One tight direction. Should we do multiple variations?
No. Just do one.
Okay, just one.
We're not going to use this. Well, we might do, but we just need to get something up.
It might cook. It might cook. Loud and maximalist. Editorial. Yeah, let's do this.
I mean, our brand is loud and maximalist anyway, so, but okay, it'd be interesting to see what it does.
Yeah. Also up later. Watch live. No, subscribe to YouTube. Marketing. Yeah, let's just do.
So before you click continue, just round off what you've just done there, so I can use that as a little clip and just say, and it'll ask you a bunch of questions. Do you know what I mean?
All right, so it asked us a few questions, well, a lot of questions about how it should be. So it's going to be for our next live streams. The website is about that. I marked all the pages that I want. I want it to be multiple pages, one direction, even though we can do variations, but we don't have time for that. Editorial, interesting. It's asking for my style that I want to choose. And then the placeholder, the content, the CTA, what it should be. And then the interactivity and any specific tweaks. And this tweak is, they are making it to be their thing. And then we press continue. Gosh, this is going to take some time. Now let's go back to our presentation. We got an error. We got an error. Let's retry. And here we see that we see the design files, which is interesting. This is literally just your, a folder with fonts and whatever. Interesting. Yep. That's actually quite nice to see.
Presumably you can when you download the project, you'll get all that included. And you'll give to a designer or a developer. They can use all the assets.
It got quite late. I didn't actually want to stay this long, and I can't.
What page are we on right now? Is this the website or is this the slides?
This is for the website. Oh, that's a good catch. We don't know where we are. That they should add something about what design files, like what chat are we in?
Yeah, what's the
I
project
find
name?
it very difficult to navigate, even though it's very minimal. I don't know, like there should be some thumbnails. Anyway, so this is the slides. What is it reading? Okay.
Skills.
Yeah. And then it's the same thing. Let's go to the website. So the thing is, I don't see if the agent is working right now.
Did you want to do HeyGen and then just come back to this? Or do you want to wait until it's done? Because I don't think we care about this. Like, we'll just show you when it's done and then we'll have a look at those edit panes.
Yeah.
Tweak panes.
Yeah. RIP the person who's gonna edit all of this, because
guess who that is?
All over the place. Yeah, I just want to make sure that this is running before
it looks like
that.
it, because those files didn't come from nowhere, right? It's creating files for us.
Here it kind of
another
doesn't
file.
show the
page. The page has just been created.
Did it?
Yeah, the HTML index.html was literally just created.
Okay. And this one is still reading. Okay, let it continue to read. So the next thing, yeah, it's Anthropic. You got time? I'm a bit tight on time.
Yeah, go for it. Just do this. We'll come back, and then we might have to, I don't know, figure out something. But we got some good footage. It would just be nice to know. Again, I'm thinking of this. Who's this for? And like, it is for product people who don't want to. Like, it's not a high fidelity designing tool. It's for people to get their ideas out and share it with professionals. Do you know what I mean? It's not a finishing tool. It's an ideating tool.
Can we watch the video with sound?
No. Well, I mean, from a technical perspective, no, because you can't, because you stream on Safari and present on Arc, so we can't hear anything.
You can't hear it?
No. They're probably using music anyway, right? So.
Okay, so let's. All right. This is a new tool, right?
Seemingly so.
Yeah, okay. Then let's just go with it. All right, so there is a new tool called HeyGen, and it is there to make videos out of any page that you have, any HTML page that you have, including animations. Anything that is happening in your browser can be a frame in HeyGen. In HeyGen HyperFrames, it's actually called HyperFrame. So it also works with shaders. It works with Three.js. It works with Lottie, because Lottie is being rendered frame by frame in a browser. So you can mix all of these concepts and, with agentic coding, create slides and videos and animations. And that's pretty cool. What I want to show here is somebody compared this to Remotion. We talked about Remotion in the past, and this is a really good, interesting comparison. They are different in design, but also in level of animation. So you see how it is just more cohesive. It is much nicer with hyperframes in HeyGen, and with Remotion, it's kind of like not as nice. It's just not as detailed. And you see this over and over and again, even though I'm going to say the designs do look AI generated. Nowadays, I have an eye for it. I have developed the exact eye for it. But
Remotion don't claim to be a design. They just take designs and make them. So it's the animations we need to be focusing on, right?
Yeah, because here it's the same prompt done with Opus 4.7. But yeah, you're 100% right. What is I'm also gonna say, so what is also important to note, this is not to replace motion designers, at least not anytime soon. That's not the point. People are probably gonna sell it to you like that starting tomorrow, but that's not why these tools exist. It's easier than ever to create slides with HTML. You just tell your agent to create a bunch of presentations, and now you can animate them, and you can also turn them into video. So it's just a mix of all of these things. This is much better. This is suited for, I would say, business people. Like, imagine a company sharing some content somewhere. Instead of doing it static and boring, they can just use this to add a little bit of sparkle of motion on top of it, and not replace a professional motion designer.
We'll put it this way. We use the Remotion skill on all of the graphics you'll see on these clips. So in these clips, I'm going to download this and I'm going to use that, and you can compare it against some of our older videos where you'll see the Remotion skill used on our design system versus HyperFrames used on our design system. So yeah, I look forward to playing around with this one. And presumably you can then export these as videos.
Yes.
Because it's not, because by the way, I don't think these aren't for websites. This is not how you animate websites. This is taking HTMLs and making videos from them.
Yeah, like it is HTML to video to MP4. That's the whole point. And that video, you can use it in your product launch. Imagine you have a product and you it has some UI. You can animate that piece of UI and include it in your product launch. That's simple. Or you can add it to a YouTube video, like how we do it. Or what I really am excited to use this for, I literally saw this yesterday. I haven't gotten time to use it, but I'm excited to use this for social media posts. As I said, like previously you would share just static slides, like TikTok is pushing slides. Instead of making those slides to be boring images, you can make them be like kind of like nicer slides. What's really also powerful, this is what most people don't think about. When you create slides with HTML, out of the bat, they are responsive. I mean, it's easy to make them responsive. So what's really good, you can create these animations to work for like vertical slides, for horizontal slides, for web, for mobile. That's what most people don't think about. And doing that with After Effects, good luck. It's gonna take tons of time.
You have to complete new projects, right?
Exactly. You have to have everything separate. But here you just have HTML. So HTML is surprisingly, I don't know why I'm so surprised. HTML is really powerful.
It's a good programming language, HTML.
It's the best. I am an engineer and I write object-oriented.
I'm a more functional guy myself, to be honest.
Yeah, only in HTML. Yeah.
Cool.
So
let's check back.
So let's go to the last one. Let's see actually what it did to.
Not too bad. I think it's increased, but not too bad.
No, it didn't. It was Claude Design is separate.
Oh, look.
Claude Design is separate. I didn't see it. Okay.
No.
Interesting. So
nice.
My
probably for the time being.
maybe,
probably for time. They'll probably bulk it all in. But yeah, anyway, it's separate for now.
It is the same models, but anyway, they are treating it separately.
Well, it's not really, because you don't know what model it's using. I'm guessing it's
no, you can change it.
Oh, you can. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you can change it. So I still can't. I think it
Still
would
going.
open. Yeah, but let's see if we can go to index HTML. Oh,
okay.
Something happened.
Wow, we need to make a tweak already, don't we?
These are components. This is fun.
See, it's got that toggle for this color.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
This is fun. So sexy. This is a nice component. I like this. The typography is pretty nice. I'm talking about like the styling and the contrast and the grouping. Like this grouping.
Well, let's do one thing. Let's
my
change
designer
this
level, but it's
color.
pretty good.
Let's change this background color so we can see it better. There's obviously a bug here to change.
I think we saw a different page.
Okay, but I still think the background it shouldn't be white. So let's tweak that.
No, it shouldn't. I don't know if it's done or not, but yeah. So we'll do that.
Check the edit button.
You mean yes.
I'm saying demonstrate the edit button. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you're right. And here it is. Wait, what?
So we want to keep the text. We want to keep the color as white. So this is HTML talk now. Color is text color. What you want to look for is background color.
Yeah, true. I clicked on the background.
Can you use one of the other tools? Can you circle it or prompt it even?
Yeah, I can prompt it. Actually, here let's just do comment and say change. Oh, it was already working.
Keep going with it.
I don't want to say black because it's not black.
Yeah, you want it to infer our design system.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Well, it's getting there, and it's again, as a developer, I would use Claude Code and my design system skill. It'd be nice if you can output this design system as a skill. That would be nice. I don't know whether you can.
Yeah,
I like that for that's cool.
This is really nice. I like this design. I would feel comfortable with this being on our website.
Really? I mean, I mean, I can already see that you're hovering over and it's making some weird little.
Yeah, I know. I see the issues.
Again, I think the intention is that you give this to someone who can build it, right? That's the intention here. But someone using it can express themselves.
I would send it to, you can send it to Claude Code and continue with it, right? Yeah. I'm not saying this is, perfect design, but I'm saying this is pretty good. I mean, why do I sound surprised? This is Opus 4.7. It has we gave it a Figma file, so it has all of these available tools, to create something that is usable. What is not usable, it's like the entire home section layout is kind of a mess. I see this as just a bunch of components, so I have to shuffle that around. But I didn't spend any time on that. I would now comment. I would now tell it what the homepage should have. And this is where it is helpful to know a few things about front-end design and in general, how a landing page should be.
I still think you're jumping the gun. I really think you're jumping the gun. I don't think the point
you think this is not for
it's not for like the intention is that someone's going to go in here and say change the background to black. Can you move this up there? And again, it's just like, and then you will as a designer, you will be handed this, and then you can then fix things as they should be done. But someone's given you a head start. you know, with what's in their brain. They'll change the text. They'll just do things that they're just hoping. They're just trying to get their idea out. Nice.
We should sell these.
Yeah, we should. Let us know if you want merch. I'm proud of this aesthetic. I think it would look sick on hats, on t-shirts. Let us know if you want merch, because we'll sort that out. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Even posters. All these are really cool. Like I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
This is pretty cool. And all of this just from this, essentially, right?
Well, you know, and hours of us trying to figure out a design, you know.
Yes, obviously. By the way, this design was not done by AI.
Yeah,
this was done by a very tasteful human. Ryan did this, and he has taste. He knows his things. So yeah, I would say we can finish here. If you we didn't finish the. It's still reading. It's still reading. So I can come up with like an ending. All right. So this is all we got. As you see, this is not complete. I would not feel I would not feel comfortable setting this live, obviously. And as you mentioned, this is not the point. But this is where, you know, I can start playing with design and maybe ship it to a developer to finish it off, or like play with different versions, or as you saw, play with the tweaks. So this is what it's about, or at least this is what they are trying to sell it as a tool, as you see, for prototyping. So maybe it is not coming for Lovable just yet. Yeah. After Lovable, actually. Yeah.
Well, let's wrap it up there then. Cheers for tuning in this week. Thanks for sticking around. With a lot of playing around. This was literally in part thanks to Elisa. I hope I'm saying your name right there. Dropped whilst we were streaming, so we just figured it out. Give us a follow on YouTube, where everything you've seen today will be exported as clips, and you can watch them in everything in short form. Yeah, that's at Command AI show. Yeah, at Command AI show. I don't know why I'm overcomplicating that. Yeah. Tune in next week, same time, same place. For all AI. I've completely fucked this ending up.
All good.
Keep on vibing, baby.
Peace out.